Throughout history, ideas have shaped the course of civilizations. In times of peace and stability, societies refine their customs and traditions. Yet it is in times of great adversity, when inequality deepens and trust between rulers and the ruled begins to break down, that some of humanity's most enduring voices emerge. Thinkers and philosophers step forward with visions of equality, morality, and ethical living. One such voice was that of Confucius. Over 2,000 years ago, China was a patchwork of quarreling states. Across the world, brilliant minds, Pythagoras, Heraclitus, and the Buddha, searched for answers amid similar storms. In China, the mighty Shang were memory, the Zhou kings mere shadows of power. Ambitious warlords clashed, their banners tattering the countryside. Palace halls echoed with bribery, farmers bent under cruel taxes. Yet from this chaos rose a quiet teacher named Kongzi, whom we call Confucius. He walked dusty roads, sharing a simple promise: harmony can be learned. Later ages would call this awakening the axial age, a moment when scattered lights became constellations of wisdom.
His Chinese name was Kongzi. He believed that the key to a just society lay not in harsher laws or fearsome punishments, but in the moral character of its leaders. For him, virtuous leaders inspired virtuous followers. A refined person, he taught, should be free from idle speculation, stubbornness, unfairness, and pride. When encountering someone of lesser character, one should not judge immediately, but first turn inward and ask, what can I learn about myself here?
Confucius believed that the noble person rests at ease even in hardship, while the petty person becomes reckless when faced with difficulty. True success, in his eyes, was not measured in wealth or power, but in the depth of one's self-understanding and the constant work of personal refinement. He taught that we must begin with the things closest to us before reaching for distant goals. And that learning often starts with humble steps before we can see the highest truths.
He saw goodness as heaven's gentle breath, weaving moral threads through the stars. To walk that golden thread, he taught, is to discover what it means to be fully human. One rule guided him: never ask of another what your own heart would refuse. Whenever he climbed toward new heights, he offered his hand so others could climb too. With this quiet humaneness, he met every storm with steady eyes and unruffled grace.
Confucius saw the pursuit of goodness as a lifelong discipline, a discipline that ended only with death. Rituals, music, and good habits were essential tools for shaping character. We first make our habits, he said, and then our habits make us. He valued music for its power to heal and bring harmony. Yet he also warned against music that stirred greed or vanity, believing it could upset the balance between heaven and earth.
Confucianism faced periods of suppression. The Qin dynasty famously burned books and executed scholars in an attempt to erase it from society. Yet the Han rulers later revived it, making it the foundation of governance and education in China for centuries to come. The story of Confucius is more than the history of one man. It tells of a teacher who, in an age of chaos, called for virtue instead of force, for moral example instead of fear, and for the belief that personal goodness could ripple outward to create harmony between heaven, earth, and humankind. His voice, echoing from that ancient time, still speaks to the modern world about the kind of leaders, citizens, and human beings we ought to strive to become. Can you think of a leader today whose words and actions carry the same moral weight?